Brazil's LGBT community celebrated across the country over the last week for Gay Pride. Hundreds of thousands hit the streets in Sao Paulo on Sunday, June 23rd, for the country's largest celebration. In Florianópolis, the capital of the conservative Brazilian state of Santa Catarina, people commemorated on Friday, Gay Pride Day, which marked the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots that effectively launched the LGBT movement. They held a fair, talks, performances, and a march in the evening. We are here to say that we have nothing to hide. Taking to the streets, walking on the streets, is a political act. The relationship between two men or two women, or the way that we act in public with respect to gender, is a political act, and we don't have to be shameful of this. On the contrary, we can be proud. But 6 months into the government of far-right President Jair Bolsonaro, Brazil's gay, lesbian, and trans community is facing a wave of hate crimes. Bolsonaro has called himself a proud homophobe and said he would rather have his son dead than gay. One of his first measures was to cut LGBT rights from the country's human rights guidelines. Brazil's leading gay congressman, Jean Willis, fled the country at the beginning of the year after a series of threats to his life. Bolsonaro is legitimizing homophobic violence. There's been a surge in hate speech, and we feel it in the streets. So we're here today to fight, but even more, to celebrate people's lives. We live in Brazil, the country with the highest murder rate against the LGBT community, principally for transsexuals and transvestites. And we're here to celebrate the lives of those who have survived the violence and say that we will not accept it. Even before Bolsonaro, Brazil was already the most violent country in the world for the LGBT community. 445 people were killed in 2017 alone, according to a report by the Bahia Gay Group. Nearly half of the world's reported murders of trans and gender-diverse people in 2018 took place in Brazil, according to the NGO Transgender Europe. Marcela Barreiros Batista is a high school student who attended the march. This was her first time at a rally. There are a lot of things that are wrong. And in order to change that, we need to come out and call people's attention to them. They need to see that we're here. We don't want anything bad. We just want respect and equality. They marched downtown to the Metropolitan Cathedral. In Brazil, same-sex couples have won increasing victories in recent decades, including the right to marry and adopt children. The country's federal Supreme Court recently criminalized homophobia and transphobia, putting such crimes on par with discrimination against race, color, or ethnicity. But with the Bolsonaro government set on rolling back LGBT rights, those here know they have a hard fight ahead. Today, 50 years ago, the LGBT community organized across the world and took the streets to stand up for our rights. Our place is not in the closet. It's wherever we want it to be.